Team, welcome back to another episode. We are today going to rebuild something finally. So last time on taking everything apart in the F18, we were checking all the bearings, all the gears, making sure everything else was all good and it was going to be reliable. But we found this main shaft, remember, was so pitted we just couldn't use it. So I was like, Nick, on a little mission, and luckily he managed to find me another main shaft so we can start getting this beast back together. So I've got a load of new gaskets, a load of new bearings, all the gears, a bunch of nuts and bolts, and it's got to get all back into this main casing. I'm ready to go. Are you ready to go? In you get then. We're going to build a gearbox.
Shit with Justin, brought to you by Club Racing UK in association with Vehicle Tech Mobile.
Okay, so when I said Nick bought me a main shaft, he actually bought me another whole gearbox. So we've got everything laid out here, and I need to get that main shaft there out of there. Don't panic, I'm not going to bore you stripping another one because you already know how one of these comes apart. So 2 minutes, I'm just going to pop this out of here and then I'll be right back.
A few minutes later.
Okay, we are ready to finally put this bugger back together. Everything's laid out down here. The game is to separate this whole job out because there's so much that fits on here. There's clips that are held on that one and on this one, and a couple of clips here. So I'm going to separate the job out and push these down, and then I need to use the press over there to then press these on as well. And then as we go, we got some assembly lube down here, so we're going to use this assembly lube to put it back together. I usually use this putting engines back together, but this same thing. It'll be good enough, and I've got a little bit of gearbox oil here because I want that for the diff later because we need to do the... There's no setting on this basically. Everyone's put them in and then check for free play, so it's really annoying. But I'm going to use gearbox oil because this stuff's super thick, so it's going to sort of take up the play that we don't want. We need to make sure that it is as best as we can grab that. So let's get cracking on. All right, one section down. As you go, make sure everything works. So all the synchros, click down and click in. Everything is literally by the millimeter. So if something isn't right and one of these isn't down far enough, it just won't engage gear or there'll be issues. As easy as this is now, if this is difficult to push in when you are in the car, when this is the last link in the chain when you are selecting the gear, you'll go through all the stages. This is going to be really difficult and you'll be struggling to get in the gear, and this will happen. So absolutely perfect. So next set here, and then this has got to be pressed on this section here, these ones, and then that slides on, and then we press a new bearing on. Right, let's get on. Excellent, let's build back up now. All ready to go into one of the casings. We've now just got the input shaft. I've just got to put a bearing on here though, so we've got a nice shiny new one to go on. That just slots straight in there. Orientation's important though, because there's a little cutout here. And where that cutout is where there is a, here it is, where this clips the bearing in. So let's get this on there. One shaft, two shafts. Now I've got to try and get it all in here with that shaft, and all of this, and trying to remember how it goes. It's going to be a bit of a challenge, this. Like, I took some photos and bits and bobs of this, and I've got my my handy instructions, but they're a bit crap for a bit like this, so we won't use these. It's going to take a while, but bear with me. We'll get all that crap in this, because we've got to line up this one, line up the other one, line up the shafts that go in here, here and here for the selectors. It's just a bit busy. Excellent, it is all back in, it all twists, which is great, it all selects into gear. This is all a bit loose and it can decide to change it to 2 gears at the same time, because we need to get, remember these detents, these need to go in these holes that are down here. But the important thing is that it's all in there, and the last bit I was doing was trying to get in down here. Remember these circlips were an absolute nightmare, and I was tipping the whole unit upside down. That we just make sure that they are in there. It was really important that they were secure and in there. It's really hard to see where they are, but they're in there. So next stage is we're going to get 5th gear on the other end of this, because we can build all the gears onto this, because this, remember, this just slots straight into that main casing, and then we can prep the main casing with new bearings in there. So let's crack on. So I'm about to bring everything over to the press. These gears that come off here, they need pressing back on, and it's all a bit annoying, but I'm gonna have to try and do this on my own and try and balance it here, and then get the gear on, 5th gear here, and get that pressed in. So a bit of patience, but it'll happen. Okay, trying to do that last bit. It was a bit sketchy, so we're gonna get this section back with a trusty gearbox stand over there. Get that in a vise, and then just tap this down. I think that's the best way, because I can't get that. I just can't get it in there. It just it's too dodgy. But we got 1 gear. Got the main bit in. It's just a synchro hub, but there's too many bits on there. They explode, so they fall out so far. So let's pop it in there and give it a tapping in, eh? The masterpiece is coming together. We are nearly there. At least all the main part of all the gears are done, which is all good. Next job on the list, chop that bearing there I've already taken out. We've got a shiny new one in the bag. This puppy. I'll press that into there. It won't fit in the press, not a chance. So we got some other little bits and bobs we can use to push that in there. Then we can get that in there. Look at this, we're looking like a gearbox. Quick progress. happen very quickly. Once that back end's on there, it all starts taking shape. So I think the next, I'm going to put the gear selector in. We've got this bracket on there as well, which has got to go, and that lives across in here. That goes in there as well. That aids the gear selector system, which is in there. And then we're going to leave this till last, because on this gearbox you can. We're going to put the diff in, and then you need to adjust it with this. So tool I bought, remember, is going to help me adjust the free plate. And there is no like Newton meters of anything which you would normally try and do, but I can't find anything, so I'm going to do what everyone else has done and just do it, check the free play, which is a bit annoying, but it is what it is, I guess. Hey, so we'll do the easy bit first. We'll put a gear selector in, and then we'll deal with the diff. We've got some new bearings for the diff as well, so we know everything's been replaced then, and some new seals that go into the drive shaft, input shaft seals. We've got new ones of these as well. We can press into these little hubs before we do the diff. So let's do the easy bit, and then we'll do the diff. She's in, so now that's in. We can now check through the gears. So we've got fourth, straight into third, back of the neutral, over to fifth. If you turn all the way, that'll take us over to reverse by straight cut, and that's really tight, really up to the last. First is there, second is there, and then reverse. These are normally super tight again. Go on. Hey, she's in. So we got all the gears. Next job, open some shiny boxes and put some new bearings on that diff there. And then we can get the diff in there. We are done. New seals in, new bearings all pressed in here as well. These are all crown wheel bolts are done up. These are all done up to 80 Newton meters, so we know that's correct. Let's get this in there, and we are very, very close. And the Vectra's F18 gearbox is finally done. What a journey that has been. Just for taking it apart quickly to make sure we were happy with everything. So really needing quite a crucial part of the gearbox. But we finally got there. If you've really enjoyed what you've seen today, don't forget to give us a thumbs up and a subscribe. And that is one little bit over and done with. Remember, this gearbox doesn't even have an engine to go on. The block's got a massive hole in it. The crank's absolutely knackered. So thank you for watching, and hopefully next time I'm going to have an engine.